we're here at our very first National Jamboree to really do two things. The first is to inspire our fellows and ignite their ideas into action, because this is the best action platform they're ever going to have in their entire lives. But one of the biggest assets of the fellowship are the fellows themselves. Now, what was always lacking in the fellowship community was a space to really be able to come together and have a fellow-driven agenda. And in a way, we're flipping the physics around a little bit. And rather than be able to put them into contact with people that will give them knowledge in a structured way, we wanted one very definite space where the fellows could actually create their own agenda, create their own conversations around their ignitions and their passions.
It's a process of self-organizing and allowing people to then create what they need to around ideas that they're really passionate about.
I think the one thing that has struck me is if we are wanting these people to make an impact, make a difference, make a contribution, they have to do things differently. And often we are built up in an educational system that really looks for compliance, for people that are doing things the right way with the right sort of thinking. And in fact, our whole legal system is based on that concept of the reasonable person or the reasonable man. And actually, the more that we look at it, the more we see the people that have affected change, the more we believe that actually our law is actually the law of the unreasonable person, the unreasonable man, because it's people that don't accept the norm that are going to actually take us forward. And so we're pretty excited to really challenge them to think about being unreasonable, because nothing new is going to happen with the same sort of thinking. People have to be unreasonable in their expectations if they're going to affect change. So I suppose within reason, we're wanting them to be unreasonable.
What we do is we make fellows unreasonable. We push them. We don't want them to be like everyone else. We want the fellows to be different and embrace that individuality within them. That's what we exist to do in this unit.
Looking like a beautiful day.
We have 170 countries represented, and we have several thousand people following us live online.
It's an incredible privilege for me, who am less young, to be here with you.
Hey!
I'm Bruce, representing South Africa. I just felt that I understand it's important to get formalities out of the way to enable to please sponsors that have come in. But to me, there's a lot of investment in getting all these young leaders here. There's a large carbon footprint. The world's media is watching. We have a responsibility to engage with each other and deliver. And to me, it wasn't the best use of the morning to be all sitting on our bums like high school children and listening to corporate PR people give their perspective, older people over 25, give their perspective on sustainable development, their perspective on the world's future. To me, there's this thing called open space technology, where people can dialogue, interact with each other, unstructured format, drive their own agenda. To me, that would be a more useful way of spending the morning. Yeah, and also having to listen to over 25-year-olds speak for however long, and then to only be given 40 seconds to engage with them.
We have joining the One Young World Zurich Choir.
Hi.
Sorry, Brian.
I'm just wanting to be completely unreasonable as a youth leader.
Reality is happening right here, right now. At this moment, we are mirroring the ideas we find billowing like thunderclouds.
This is not a typical conference where you go to where youths are being fed with information and they all feel inspired and they go back feeling all happy. We are in this conference right now where young people are challenging these giants, these corporations, these NGOs to actually rethink what they're doing, to increase the impact that they're making and to involve young people in the process.
That wasn't unreasonable, it was beautiful.
To me, like, it's a poem which I love performing when I'm in a charged, inspired space. And this is exactly the kind of environment that I just feel like I'm almost like shaking with excitement, because there's just ideas flying around and once meeting with interesting people and things are happening. But also the potential of where this could go and where these kind of events, what they could translate to in the future. So it's quite a long poem. And I've had a couple of different titles for it, but I've actually forgotten what the title is. But I'll just launch into it again. Okay. The universe is happening. Reality is happening right here, right now, at this moment. We are mirroring the ideas we find billowing like thunderclouds. Right now, lightning is simultaneously striking 100 places on the Earth's surface. Great things are happening. Something new is arising. A decentralized, spontaneous uprising, almost 1 million groups under different names coming together to reclaim and replace old habits in their death throes that are pulling us down with them like those on death row. Come instead to the life edge, the knife edge, reading books like Hope's Edge, clinging to the ledge, debating the pledge for the plunge into the unknown. These systems need outgrown, ideas be outflown, some unique tone vibrates to the bones, shifts stones, trees lean over, and the wind freezes over just not to miss a word. We speak soft, we'll be heard. This is unprecedented. We are calling down the storm that will regreen the desert. Biologically, we are scientifically proven to only be able to physically see what fits in with our mental map of reality. So perhaps the only thing that matters to those discontent with the status quo is changing our minds, starting acting to create the kind of world we want to find. World systems are collapsing on a scale unimaginable. We got to start thinking radically. This is a question of community unity. Our planet's immunity depends on this unity. Experts call it synergy. 100 million stars in our galaxy. 100 million neurons firing in our brains. Creativity unleashed. What if we are the change we have been waiting for?
Bruce, that is absolutely radical, right?
Thanks
yeah,
Sweet.
Cool. Hey?
Yeah.
I'm stoked to you.
Bam.
And thanks for that contribution.
Sure. I appreciate that. I'll head into
Cheers. Wow, actually, might have got a little tearful listening to that.